Hello everybody, today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Hiwill Cinematic Light Box. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So this is a decorative light-up box that is used for displaying countdowns, messages or reminders. And it comes with 90 letters, numbers and symbols. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by, of course, flipping open the box flap to reveal the contents of the box. Let's go ahead and slide the contents out from the box and making sure that we empty the box fully, making sure nothing else is left inside of it. So we can set the box to one side. And let's just spread or lay the contents out right across the tabletop. Okay, so I'm going to turn the light box up this way so that I can show you the entire contents of what we've removed from the box packaging. So right there you can see the letters, symbols, and of course the light box itself, as well as a USB DC adapter or power lead right there. Okay, so let's first start off by taking a look at the symbols here, or letters. So it does come with a packet of letters, as you can see. Let me just flip one over, and they're still together. So obviously we separate them or peel them apart when we need to use them. Okay, so give you a close-up look, and of course let's keep it in the right orientation as well. As you can see quite clearly, the letters, which are very clearly and precisely printed on the transparent or clear plastic sheet. So the sheet is still fully intact with all the numbers and of course with a variety of symbols and alphabets or letters. Okay, so that's just a quick look at it. Obviously there are so many alphabets and whatnot to go through that we're not going to waste too much time going through each sheet. And now looking at the colored ones, let's go ahead and unpack this packet right here. And slide the transparent sheeting out. And as you can see, there are more colorful symbols and smiley faces in this packet right here. Okay, and so there's plenty of variety in this packet in terms of artistic options right here, with the colorful symbols as well as letters as well. So we do have letters here as well, but of course these ones are in color as opposed to the previous pack, which was purely in black. Okay, so we're going to set this down as well, and then we can move on to the light box itself. But before that, let's take a look at the USB cable that's been supplied. So this is a USB to DC plug right here. And of course, it's always good to know the cable length. So let me undo the cable tie here to show you the cable length. So that's probably my quickest unfurling or untangling of a USB or power lead cable on my channel. After over 400 videos, this one was the most straightforward. The way they've packaged it, very simple, just by folding it on itself rather than looping it and tying it through. So right there, a nice good look at the cable and its connectors. Right there, USB type A with a DC plug on the opposite end. Alright, so let me set the cable down and then we can finally take a look at the light box itself. So this is the Hiwill light box. As you can see, it is made out of plastic, very thin plastic, and very light in weight, extremely light in weight, I would say. You can see I'm just holding it with my thumb and index finger right there. So it's not something that's hard to handle. It is very light in weight. And just to show you the thickness of it as well, right there. And just giving you a 30-degree view right there. So you can see there's a switch and power port right there, or socket, in which we can plug the power cable into. Okay, so giving you an all-round look at the Hiwill Cinematic Light Box right here, giving you an all-round view right across or around the sides of the box itself, so you can see very clearly what we're dealing with. So over there is the switch, the power switch, on and off. So just remember that if you're not sure which symbol represents what, just remember in binary 1 yes, 0 no, or on off. Okay, and of course the DC plug socket right there. And let's take a look at the rear so you can see the mounting points of it. So there are 2 holes there to hook onto hinges, wall hinges. And on the bottom there is a battery compartment, so it does take AA batteries. Let's flip it open. So as you can see, there is a compartment here which I've just revealed with the battery cover removed. You can see that it does take 3 AA batteries. So positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative right there. So giving you this view instead, perhaps, so it gives you more of a view into the battery compartment. Okay, so 2 ways of powering this light box, either via 3 AA batteries or using a USB power source. Now let's go ahead and of course power it up and see how we get on. So simply pushing that plug in, and let me just make some adjustments here because it seems to have separated slightly from its side. So obviously it is a somewhat slightly light and flimsy light box. Okay, so it has kind of popped out on the side, as you can see, but that's just fine right now. Let's go ahead and plug it in to a power bank. So I do have a charged premium Magnus or premium magnum opus power bank. It is my most favorite power bank. You can see it is quite small and has a 10,000 milliampere hour battery capacity. So it is quite high in battery capacity, 10K, and it does have a digital display right there to the battery reserve level, so which is very handy. So I've unboxed this previously on my channel, of course, and it is by far the best power bank I've ever used. Okay, so now let's plug in the USB connector or power lead into the charged premium magnum opus power bank, just like that. And of course, now all we need to do is turn it on to see it light up. So just like that, nice and bright. And of course, the camcorder's aperture has adjusted to compensate for the brightness right here. So it is quite bright. Let me set it back slightly so that it doesn't darken the video too much. But you can see it does have a nice illumination. So let me put the letters and symbol to the side. And this way you can see more clearly the Hiwill Cinematic Light Box. Straight on, and side views as well. So nice and evenly lit with LEDs inside the light box. Of course, this is the rear of the light box. You can see two strips, and that's most likely the strips of LED providing the light source in the light box. Okay, so now we can play around by adding some letters to it. So let me do this very quickly if I can find some letters to play around with, and some symbols as well. So as you can see, as I just rest the symbols and letters on the light box, you can see the effect of them. Okay, right. So let's go ahead and put a message on it if I can find some letters to play around with. Okay, so maybe take an O. So very easy to separate the letters from the rest of the sheet. Okay, so looking around for the rest of the letters. So as you can see, there are very many colors and alphabets to choose from, or letters to choose from. Okay, so pardon the mess that's happening right now, but we will get there in the end. And some of the backing film has separated, but that's just fine. It doesn't really impact so we slide them in to the slots of the light box, and obviously you can see that I've just created a mess pretty much. And I'm just looking still for the right letters. And obviously we'll get there, and I found just what I need. And there we go. And let me peel this backing film off. And we have the perfect message for your guests when they arrive at home. So that's the Hiwill Cinematic Light Box. Thanks for watching, and happy shining!